Alright. It's been a while since I got some Ixion going. We're going to be streaming again this weekend. 100 power. Now, why did I call this 100 power? I haven't streamed this since February. Wow. I'm stoked to finish this game. We're getting close to the end. Another game with a fantastic soundtrack. Hey, Dr. Doctor, good to see you. How's it going? It's been a while. Trying to get my streaming back in action. Third stream of the week, which is nuts for me. Alright, where were we? So, what I can see is we're really tight on power. We have a ton of polymer. We have a decent amount of iron. We have no electronics. We have lots of hydrogen. We don't have very much ice at all, which would be a problem for our water. Looks like there's a fire in Sector 3. This sector here, oops, that's a jump. So it's in Sector 3. So we've got, I was good at Docking Bay, which is running this nuclear power plant. I can actually change, can I? Oh, okay, that increases the amount of power this can produce. Of course, the second I start recording, Pupper decides to bark. Isn't that just typical? So I didn't know I could change this. That's interesting. We could maybe actually push this up. So that's 8 hydrogen per cycle. Why don't we just do that? What is the downside of that? We've got a lot of hydrogen in storage. And then I think... Hey, Sparrow. The plan... Okay, we do actually have a fusion station here that is producing water from trash. That's good. I did get that far. This is a stockpile for waste, which is important for this to work. So we need to start bringing waste into this sector. And we're producing food here at the moment. Okay, that's good. What we do need is ice. Looking at this, our ice stockpile... Oh, that's right. I'm using fusion stockpiles at the moment. The plan is to replace the fusion stockpiles with... Is it not waste treatment centers? With a water treatment center. Uses 50 waste per cycle to fulfill all water needs on the station. But what is the electricity requirement of this? 100. That's what we need 100 power for. We need 100 power in order to run the waste treatment center. No, the water treatment center. So we currently have not quite 100 free, reading this. So we either need to get another nuclear power plant online. How much power is this taking? This is taking 10 power. So, oh no, we have 147 power available, so we can actually start construction of a water treatment center to replace this. And the water treatment center has a very small footprint. Oh, I actually have one. I have one unpowered here. Okay. With 50 waste, you can activate water compensation for the entire sector for 1 cycle. So it requires 50 waste. So let's get some waste building up first. Alright. Food situation I think is okay. We need to get some housing for people in Sector 5. But I've been housing them in these nice houses. Right. God, there's so much going on. It's so overwhelming as soon as I start the game. Let's queue up a level 3 house for the people in this sector just before we start. So I wanna... that's gonna be a problem. What if I put it this way on? Yeah, and then I can put 2 side by side without a road between them. And we'll just add a road in here. I did see that driver, and also welcome to the stream. Probably a bit too late. I'll probably finish the game by the time that comes out, but that's still good to know. So all we need to do is awaken 2,000 cryonic pods, and I need to check the amount of batteries. 6 units of power, 4.9 units of power, 5 units of power, 3.8. So we also need to deal with power. So we need more power in Sector 2, and we need more power in Sector 4. Let's have a look at the situation in space. I think we're waiting for the colonists to come back here. And we have ice available to mine, which is good. Okay. So what's this? Is this an event I want to complete right now, or do we want to wait? Hey, Floof, how's it going? Alright, let's maybe unpause the game, and we'll go from there. We could also look at building a solar panel set. The next solar panel set will cost us 247 polymer, which we have, and 6 electronics, which we don't have. Let's unpause. Let's see what's happening. Okay. So really I'm just waiting on the cryonic pods to fill, and we're working on getting the electricity requirements up in each sector. once we have 50 waste, once we have a lot of waste stockpiled in this sector, we can start to do something about it. So what I want to do now is I want to start importing waste into this sector. So sector, what sector is this? This is sector 5. Sector 5 needs all the waste on the station. So give us all your waste. Sector 6 and Sector 3. Well, Sector 6 needs a little bit of waste. And Sector 3 needs a little bit of waste, but I really don't want there to be a lot in either of these sectors. I want all of it moving over to this sector, because we can use that waste now to produce water once that fills up. Okay. Cool. So we've got an accident in Sector 2, we've got a fire in Sector 3. Has that been dealt with yet? Yes, the fire police? The fire station are dealing with that. Cool. Wow, getting back into this is a thing. There's a lot going on here. Why aren't you producing? This building's storage is full. Okay, because I'm full on polymer storage. That makes sense. Oh, right. Looks like we've got a little bit of breathing room. So our next goal is getting electricity storage sorted in each of these sectors. And also just making sure our food supplies are in a good situation. So we're really looking at getting the algae farms to take over on food production, which we'll be able to do once we get this powered up. Because we have no ice at the moment, which means our other sectors are not producing food. The question is how much... You know what I can do is there's a research that increases the amount of waste that our quarters create. Is that better or worse? Yeah, this is... Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of researching this. Good, because I need the waste. And we're going to basically use the waste to create water to grow food and feed everybody. Cool. Alright. Looks like everybody's being fed in every sector apart from Sector 6. But we're not in a food cycle at the moment. Okay, we just had a food cycle, so we had 413 people starve in Sector 6. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen again. And I also need to look at powering this back up at some point. Because we're going to need hydrogen. I might just fill up the docking bay with hydrogen. Everyone here is happy. Extra hours in this sector isn't ideal. Let's maybe actually just leave that for the moment. Until more people are alive. Happy here. Optimal, optimal. Extra hours in this sector as well. I think there's some people injured here. Where's my medical bay? Confirm that. Nobody is injured, so we actually just need some more workers in Sector 3. Okay.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
I didn't even realize the Colonization Training Center was active right now. Let's turn that off for the moment. That's not needing to be doing anything. I can't turn it off while it's being repaired. Okay. So we need to wake up another 200 colonists, and I think we're done. I might as well complete this event. I don't know what it is. Okay, we just need to repatriate the colonists. That's fine. Because we can use them for our next adventure. Phew. Oh, and we're almost ready to jump into the new system where things will get interesting. Up to 27 waste. I need 50 waste. That's going to be hard to pull out. At the moment, nobody has enough food either. We may have a starvation situation coming. Because we don't have enough ice in this sector at the moment to produce water. Although we're kind of... Okay, we now have enough water. That's fine. We should be okay. Jeez. And food is ticking up. Looks like Sector 2, Sector 5, and Sector 6 are the only ones waiting on food. Okay, power supplies. So we've got 6.4 cycles here. 5 cycles in Sector 2. We could maybe do with a little bit more. 5.3 cycles here. So Sector... what sector is this? Sector 5 needs more power. It's really just Sector 5. Let's get a large battery under construction. A Tier 2 battery. Where can we'll put that here next to the other Tier 2 battery. And just make sure we're producing enough food. How many workers do we have here? We have 110 workers. I want to make sure that I don't... Each farm requires 5 workers. Okay, we'd add the last algae farm into this farm. And these are the last things we're waiting on. Stressful. I want to wait until we're at... I think we've got enough workers now, actually, to reactivate this. Goes to extra hours, but that's probably fine. How many cryonic pods do we still have? We've still got hundreds of people in cryonic storage. I don't really want to open more pods, but we're probably going to have to at some point. Sector 5 is just waiting on the last 5 alloys. Let's make this high priority, just to make sure that they do finish this project. And food, we're only waiting on food in Sector 6 and Sector 2. So hopefully that will complete pretty quickly. I might need to build a drone bay now that I think about it in this sector so that we can move the food out of it quickly. What does a drone bay need? 10 population, 30 power. So we're probably going to need another nuclear reactor at some point. Why did I put the fire station here? That would be the perfect place to put the nuclear reactor. That would just fit in there perfectly because it won't fit in here. So what I actually want to do is I want to move this fuel station over this fire station here. And then demolish it and build my second nuclear reactor here. Okay, we can do that. Let's not forget that you need power to turn the nuclear reactor on, which is what caught me out last time. How are we doing on food? We're just waiting on food for Sector 6. And Sector 5, actually. Ah, it's a meal cycle, so they're both going to starve. Damn. Okay, they're very unhappy in both the sectors. Only 2 people didn't get their dinner in Sector 5. That's, oh, so close. Alright, we need to wake up 100 more people, which is good. And yeah, I will look into building, once I've got all the rest of this stuff built, I will look into building a drone bay here so that we can move the food out quickly. Jeez. Okay, that's everyone repatriated. That's every quest done in the system apart from the Ark of Humanity. We actually have 52 waste here, so I'm going to turn this on. And once it's completed our water requirements, I can turn off this and stop importing ice into this sector, which will mean that we're producing more food in Sector 3. Fingers crossed. So now we now have enough waste here to produce water. And now we're producing water. Now I can turn this off. I'm not going to demolish it yet. How much ice are we importing into this sector? Okay, 10 ice. That's fine. We'll leave that so this stockpile's 10 ice. But now you can see we've got max water. But I'll keep this as a backup in case we run out here. How are we doing? We've got 32 power available. I need to be very careful about what gets built in the next few minutes. I can't afford to have a water situation. I'm just concerned about ice at the moment because we're not producing enough food. As always, food is a huge consideration we have to deal with. Okay, water is actually gone, so we didn't actually have enough. So it needs 50 every cycle. That's not good. That's quite hard to deal with. No, that's really hard to deal with. How am I going to produce enough waste? I've got to hope that when I get this research complete, that's going to help with the amount of waste I need. Oh, that means we're not producing any food. This is not good, honestly. Sector 5, we have more homeless people. So I need to get another domestic quarter under construction. Just people are going to end up starving left and right because I don't have enough water right now.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
That's fine. Just so concerned about food, as always. There's no point keeping this on at the moment until we have what we need. And we need to wake up another... Still need to wake up a hotel people. Hey, Helen, how's it going? What is going on is I'm still trying to fix our food problems. At the moment, we're really tight on ice. Ice is a really big problem just now. So we have one... There's actually a lot of ice in system. But I only have one cargo ship. I only have one cargo ship moving it around. And that could be the problem. We're about to jump into a sector that is hostile to us. We know there's enemies in that sector, and I'm a bit concerned about that as well. We probably actually want to change our probe launcher onto auto-building missile countermeasures. People were telling me I might want to get another probe launcher as well. At least we have lots of polymers ready for that construction requirement. I'm having a lot of accidents right now as well. I think part of the problem is I'm also consuming waste in this waste treatment center. Well, it's not taking that much waste. It takes 50 waste to make one circuit, actually. I might turn this off for now until we build up some water. I can now demolish this. Oh, everyone's starving. Everyone is starving. Yeah, this isn't good. We need this water situation sorted so we can sort the food situation. A big problem I have at the moment is I can't change ships. Get more ships picking up ice. I could tell them to do this, but the issue we have...
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
...is that I now need to set up ice storage in all of these sectors so they can transport the ice, but let's get that done. Pretty much, Jenkum, yeah. That is exactly what it is. It's also just so stressful. Okay, let's put this here. You house ice. And I need one in this sector as well for ice. And I need one in this sector here for ice as well, since we're now landing ice in every sector. Oh, that was a stupid place to put that. Let's not do that. Let's put it here. And once these are built, I'll be able to move ice from these sectors. Yeah, so here's the station here. In a pretty good condition, actually. We're actually pretty great, apart from our food consumption problems. As soon as I've woken up these last people, I'm going to stop waking people up. They're not having to move too far to get the ice, which is good. Once they bring in these loads of ice, we should be in a better position. Let's just make sure both of my science ships are back on the Tycoon. Oh, we just need to get this water situation sorted. This is our Achilles heel right now. It's just water. Water and power, kind of. Okay, we have ice in the station now, so these are producing food again. What's that noise? Oh, it's the drones droning. Okay, that's fine. Whew. 40 people left to wake up, and I can stop waking people up. And we'll almost have everybody housed in this sector as well, which is nice. We're probably going to have another meal cycle soon, though, which is a problem. So let me read this again. With 50 waste, you can activate water compensation for the entire sector for 1 cycle. Compensation remains active as long as the building is powered. So it just needs to be stocked with enough waste, which we're not producing. But I'm no longer having waste be sacrificed here. And in terms of stockpiling waste, in fact, I don't need to stockpile that much waste. So Sector 3 and Sector 6 have mushroom walls, which require waste to produce food. And I am having them stockpile 10, which I think is enough just to keep the mushroom walls running. I basically need to fill this stockpile up with waste before I can turn the water compensator on. Okay, so hang on. A lot of these places now have ice storage. So you can now ship ice. We're just waiting for Sector 4 to build its ice storage. But Sector 4 will never have ice storage because I haven't opened Sector 4 up. Okay, so now we can land ice at all of our docking ports, which will mean we're producing more ice for the station, which means we're producing more water, which means we can start to produce more food. Good. Okay. Just in time for us to almost finish the Arc of Humanity quest. And we're importing waste as well, which is good. Let's check our power consumption. 6.3 cycles of backup power, 4.9 cycles of backup power, 5.3, 7.1, 6.3. So Sector 2 needs another battery. It's a little... I can probably get away, honestly, with a level 1 battery here. Just put it here. And that will get us enough power to jump to the next sector. I hope everyone's doing well, by the way. I'm quite happy to chat away with chat. I know it's yet another stream this weekend, but that's cool. Okay, we're starting to stockpile a little bit of waste. Oh, the waste requirements are much higher than I expected. Especially with 2 mushroom walls running here, eating a lot of the waste as it comes in. 12 more people and we can stop waking people up.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
I'm hoping that after this this cycle, we'll get everyone fed again. That's the hope. And get another algae farm built as well, and just start bootstrapping our food production. Awesome, Spara. I'm really fingers crossed for you that the 10th will pull through. We'll get another algae farm here and backfill behind it. I should have actually put these farms here, but whatever. How long till you produce? Almost produced. Okay. Power is okay. At some point I want to build another nuclear reactor here. Oh, incoming transmission.
Ixion is ready to perform a vol jump on your order.
Cool. We are ready to jump. Part of me wants to just get going. The other part of me is like, we have a food crisis at the moment, but there's not a lot of resources left in the solar system. So is it really worth jumping? Let's lay down the nuclear power plant that I want to build here. It's going to take a long time to build. We'll just make sure that it's turned off. And I also want to get building a algae farm here. These are both big projects. Might as well get them started. Okay, we have a lot of water now. Water is flooding in. Let's maybe just wait until we filled our water stockpile, which is here. Once this is full of ice, I'll maybe just wait for another couple loads. The game is just so... The music is so good, isn't it, Sparrow? It's really, really good. The big question is, are we going to feed everybody in the next meal cycle? It doesn't look like it. This is going to produce 68 food in a quarter of a cycle. It is, yeah, it is not a relaxed game at all. It's very Frostpunk in its presentation and difficulty. There's a very big crossover there. Just gonna see how the food pales out. We've got 93 food available to pick up. I'm just gonna watch it filter out to the station. Survival horror city sim, yeah. Just watching this deliver. I don't think we're going to feed everybody. What do we think? You think it's harder than Frostpunk? I found Frostpunk very difficult. This is a meal cycle. The food's just not going to get out quick enough. Sector 1... Sector 6 is a problem. Alright. Not good, not good. The food is moving, it's just not moving fast enough. 48 crew members died from starvation. How are people's... So we've got neutral, neutral, negative, negative, angry in Sector 5. Okay, I think we're gonna have to jump and hope. I'm gonna save the game here just in case. I'm not waking any more people up. All right, let's jump. Let's jump to the next section, the next sector, and see if we can get the resources we need there, because our ships are taking too long to return stuff to us. Let's go.
In accordance with Ralph Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tycoon before Volt Jump initiation.
Also, say goodbye to this solar system because we're about to destroy it. Since we have the most destructive interstellar drive ever created. There be whispers of mutiny indeed. It's not Captain though, it's Administrator.
Ixion engine ready.
You ready? Let's go. Best music in the game. Because one of the things that's going to happen when we jump is people are going to get happier because we're not in the old solar system anymore. Go. The demands that the last sector had on me continually reviving people from cryopods made it very difficult.
Running preliminary diagnostics. Expected irreversible damage to the Tycoon detected.
I think we only have 2 more jumps.
Calculations indicate the system's pulsar is dormant. Sensors have located the Pyrenees,
Oh.
currently powered down.
Why is it powered down?
You must find a way to retrieve the Remus coordinates from it.
That's weird.
Act with extreme caution, Administrator.
I'm guessing if we approach it, it's going to power up. Okay. The lion, walking into the lion's den. Okay, let's pause the game. Let's have a look at the system that we know. So we can straight away grab some science from PSR B1257-12H. Several planetary readings from 12H fall outside the parameters of theoretical models. Let's send the light bulb to check that out. There's also quite a serious amount of space weather here. Let's get... At the moment, we're not under missile attack. So let's jump back into the ship. And let's swap out missile defenses for probes. Now, everyone should be a bit happier. Neutral, negative, happy, happy, neutral, neutral. Yeah, so the worst we've got is negative right now because we're no longer in a system that people are sad about. So our biggest job right now is to get resources discovered.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay. Several planetary readings. So we have landed on 12H, a planet with intense geological activity. Fissures expel gas into the atmosphere and canyons run deep across the planet's surface. We've located a stable area where we should be able to study 12H's phenomena. I might as well establish the infrastructure. It's going to take quite a while for us to do that, but we're not in a rush right now with this first planet. So I'm just going to set that. We'll get the Diogenes to do that. That's the Diogenes' job. From Sector 1, yes. This ship is the one that unloads and supplies. Cool. It's going to take quite a while before we get those 2 circuits, but that's okay. The Pyrenees has been located. Initial visual indicate the ship has suffered heavy damage. Our sensors are not detecting activity on board the ship. I'm not going to approach the Pyrenees until things are stabilized. What I want to do is I want to get probes built ASAP. Apparently I have an event somewhere. I don't see it. But the ship is telling me there's an event active on the Ixion. I don't see the event flagging. It's very cool, isn't it, Jacob? It's just a shame that we destroy the system we left. Okay, we just need to get food produced. That is the most important thing right now. Food and probes. We're building a new probe now. Good. I think I need to get a new probe launcher built. Somewhere I've got space for it. We can maybe put it here. I might need 2 probe launchers. We need to find ice. That's our first priority in this system. And hydrogen. Ice and hydrogen are our 2 highest priorities right now. Still says I've got an event available.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Food, food, food. Homeless. Stability. I'm not seeing any events at the moment. When is our first probe going to be ready? It's almost ready. Okay, good. Just waiting for this probe. There you go. Probe is ready. Let's launch it. Looking for ice. There's ice. Any hydrogen nearby? Let's just grab the ice. First target. Get some ice mining on the way. That means we can continue to produce food. I'm watching our food stockpiles here. So we should be covering 112% of food requirements according to the stockpile here. So we produce 75 per cycles and we consume 67. It's just whether or not we can get it out in time. Also, how do we recover the science from the pulsar? Do we just send a science ship over there? I feel like we're going to lose the science ship if I do this, but we need the science. It's very quiet. Okay, we've to get to ice.
Completed its scan.
So our ice miner is on its way to go and mine the ice. what I'll do is I'll tell the rest of our miners they've got very low priority to mine ice as well, just so they're not sitting around doing nothing right now. Okay, we have another probe. Let's look for hydrogen. Somewhere close to us. Okay, there's hydrogen up here. It's a little bit far away, but there's a lot of hydrogen there. Can we also get the ice? I didn't mean to click there, but that's okay. That's some hydrogen quite far away that we can pick up. It's better than nothing. Now we need to find iron and carbon and silicon. Silicon actually is our next priority. We need to find some silicon so we can start producing electronics. Also, what's the research situation looking at right now? We've got nothing researching at the moment. Okay, let's find something to research. So we can't research smart homes, which is a shame. We need group decryotization of the cryonic center for that. That would actually be a really good thing to pick up, because that means we don't need to build as much housing. We're just waiting on our next probe. Processing science. Okay, it is here. It is collecting science. Good. I was like, what's going on? We should have our next probe in a couple of seconds. Like, we now have ice ready to be picked up, which is good. Our cargo ships are going to retrieve it. And our mining ships are mining the ice we've detected. That's another probe. So we're looking for silicon now. Oh, huge silicon deposit here. Come on, there. That's interesting that that's high. That's it there. Okay, silicon will be detected next. What's the food situation looking like? Okay, Sector 6 is starving. We've got food backing up a little bit as well. I want to get a drone station built here at some point. Power is a concern though. It requires 30 power. I can fit it in back here, or I can fit it in here actually. This is a great place to put it.
A probe has completed its scan.
Oh, we can't have an algae farm. We can't afford for an algae farm to be disabled. So now we've got lots of silicon. That's going to reveal the hydrogen for us. It is a little bit like that, Jenkum. Yeah, there is that FTL feel to it. Okay. Administrator, since leaving Earth, we've lost 288 crew members. Even without being an expert in Dr. Munchie's crowd psychology theories, it will not have escaped you to notice that as the number of deaths increase, so does the prevalence of dead Earth sickness. Damn it. Permanent -1 stability. I can't afford that. That's really bad. Okay, we're looking for iron and carbon. Perfect. That's them together. If we just get this food under control, everyone will be much happier. Angry, negative, negative, neutral, neutral. I'm trying to build more, get more food, I promise. It's a full load of ice just come in. How much waste do we have stockpiled here? I think we can now turn this on. It's basically Frostpunk in space, yes. God, the food situation is so bad. I don't know how I'm gonna come out of this. It feels like I'm in a spiral. Oh, we got another probe. Okay, what else do we still need to find? We got silicon. We've got iron and copper. So iron and carbon, silicon, hydrogen. We've got everything. Let's find another source of water. Actually, let's pull out a point of interest. There's one hovering around here somewhere. There's a point of interest here. Because this ship here has finished doing its work. Actually, I can send you to here, and then you can just jump across. Alright, food. Come on, food. We've got 75 food stockpiled right now. Let's get this food moving. Just not producing enough waste still. Oh, I've got that research done. Let's get this research completed. Smart homes. Let's have a look. Where's my waste? Where's the water treatment center? Power cost is reduced by 50. That's pretty nice. Let's queue that up. That will make life a lot easier for me. What was the other research available for it there, actually? Waste consumption cost is reduced by 25. That is huge. We need the aqueous assembly line fusion station upgrade. Where's the fusion station? Production speed is increased by 20%. Okay, I can't... Let's queue this up first then. And then we'll get the waste requirement down by 20. That's a huge reduction in the amount of waste we need. Oh, probe has completed its scan. What did it detect? Another planet. First readings from 12D indicate the planet experienced intense geothermal activity and extremely high temperatures. Its surface is largely covered with molten basaltic rock. You're in a vent. You're the one that's moving. You move to here. Let's get another probe out. Let's find another point of interest just for the next thing to work on. Actually, there's a lot of ice here. Let's get that detected. How's food looking? Everyone is still very hungry. We have food here. We just need to get it out to the rest of the station. Which is why we need to produce more electronics. Yeah, look, we're about to run out of water here. It's going to go for one more cycle after this. Okay, this is the meal cycle. We just need to feed everybody. Come on. I would fleet block on there are mods for it. I think the best place to find them is on the High Fleet Discord. There's an unofficial Discord you can find via the Reddit. And I think they're supposed to buy them on the Reddit as well. If you ask, there's a whole modding channel there. I'm actually kind of doing a mod for my next playthrough
has arrived at its destination.
as well, which I'm working on at the moment. Let's check out. Let's get the science first, then check out what's going on here. We have another probe available to us. Let's look for another point of interest. There's one somewhere over here. Big source of iron over here as well. I don't really need that right now. I want to find this point of interest. There it is. I'll wait for this science to be collected, then we'll hit the planet. We're not going to feed everybody. We didn't manage to feed everybody. Damn it. This drone center will help distribute food. We need to get this other algae farm online as well. We're getting close on equilibrium with the waste. I think if we get this upgrade research, we'll be there. Yeah, that's all the science retrieved. Let's investigate the planet. We have located a promontory where we could land the focal. Conditions on the planet are extremely dangerous. Soaring temperatures, unusual gravity. We recommend only a quick surface analysis opposed to any further which could lead to human material losses. So these are unlocked because we've got exoskeletons. Unfortunately, this is going to require another ship to come over and deliver resources, and we've already... Oh, it's going to cause us a problem. If I leave that... Can I close this, or will this end the... Okay, cool. That leaves it active. We need to wait until this is established before we can do anything here. Okay. Power is getting a little bit tight.
A probe has completed its scan.
What have you discovered? Just more, all this water, lots of water, which is lots of ice, which is nice. Let's find that source of metal. Just so we've got backups. Yeah, there's some really good BattleTech mods. For me, they're a little bit overwhelming. There's a little bit too much stuff, but most people really, really like them. Stuff that adds just basically every piece of technology that's in the tabletop game, which is pretty cool. Okay, this is actually maybe about to make it, possibly. We've got a new point of interest discovered. What's this? We've got another planet. Our probe has detected abnormal meteorological activity present, calling into question our theoretical models. Okay. Nothing I can do about that right now. We have silicon on the ship now, so we are producing electronics, which will slowly backfill all the stuff we need to do. It's just about this food. I think it's a meal cycle next, unfortunately. Got one more cycle to get food out. How long till this produces? This will produce food in half a cycle. We do actually produce enough food on station to feed everybody. It's just not happening. Part of the problem is distribution. When are you going to produce your food? 0.2 cycles. I'm just watching this food. The food's about to pop. Just produced 85 food. That's going to go to the stockpile. That's going to feed everybody in this sector at least.
A probe has completed its scan.
There's so much food here, it's just getting it out into the rest of the station is just not happening. Okay, we've got one more cycle to deliver the food.
Has occurred in the Tycoon.
What I maybe need to do is build a second food stockpile. Maybe like here. So the food moves a lot faster in this sector. And we can destroy this one. Again, it's another thing that needs electronics, which are really a big bottleneck for me at the moment. Okay, everyone in this sector is going to get fed. That's not what's happened in this game at all, Flea Block. I'm in so much trouble with resources all the time. Sector 5 is going to be fed, which is great. So the next issue is, can we get Sector 6 fed? It is now a meal cycle, so they've only got to the end of this cycle to get the food out to those other sectors. And Sector 1 and Sector 2 also need food. If we get this drone bay online, that will fix a lot of problems. Okay, Smart Homes is done. That means everybody has a place to live now. Yeah, you're right. That's probably a really good idea, Jenkins. I can actually do that right now. Live adjustment. Is that better, having chat over here? Let's see how you feel about that. Huh, that was my, you heard my, I needed to fix that desktop thing that plays audio when I alt-tab. Okay, so we didn't manage to feed 200 people in Sector 1, 61, so Sector 6 is still struggling for food. It's just not moving fast enough. That's the really big problem we have. Let's look for another point of interest. Okay, this is almost done, which is great. I think this has got everything right. Yeah, they're now producing everything here. So we can start production on this event here. I'm going to do the same thing here. And hopefully we'll get some resources off this, or a whole ton of science. Or a whole ton of food. Food would be great. Just give me tons of food. We just need to feed everybody. People are going to start dying in droves. Oh, thank you for the sub, Milkman. Oh, especially you jump so much when someone subscribes. Okay, bigger on the inside. We've completed our theoretical model of 12H. During our studies, Brenda Whalen showed signs of mental distress. Concerned that the gas explosions were the cause, we carried out standard suit integrity tests. No breaches were found within their suit. Later, while we submitted the results, Brenda Whalen was seen leaving the research site. Oh no. Brenda Whalen has left the research site. The rest of the team will dispatch to find, retrieve, and treat them accordingly. We're not going to leave them behind. Let's go pick them up. Okay, we're finishing up the ice here. So let's use our next probe to find another ice location. How are we doing in terms of work requirements? So optimal conditions here, optimal conditions here, optimal conditions here, optimal conditions here, extra hours here. So we just need a few more workers here. We need like 20 more workers in this sector. Where do we have extra workers? We have a ton of extra workers in Sector 1. So let's move workers from Sector 1 to Sector 3. Yeah, and we'll move 20. Whew. Let's see if we can find some more ice. There's a critical point of interest somewhere over here, but it's on the other side of this gas cloud. That's iron and ice, that's nice. At least hull integrity is okay. That's one thing we're not worrying about right now. How is our... Okay, we've got good carbon requirements. How's food looking here? We've got another food production. This is a really efficient farm. We just need to get it backed up. Why is Sector 3 low on battery power? Why are you just slowly recharging? Just don't have that much ice. I'm gonna fire in Sector 1. All of these are complete except for the electronics, which I'm unfortunately sending off to PSR B1257 plus 12D.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The reports from the light bulb team have become inconsistent, indicating psychological instability. According to the most recent transmission, the team is following the tracks of Brenda Wayland towards the house. The team, Naomi Protocol, board the house. Using corrupted keys, the team will enter the house to find Brenda Wayland. I said it at the start of this playthrough that I'm always going to do the Naomi Protocol. So let's find out what happens. That was my one thing, was I was always going to do this. Let's I'm gonna send a probe through the gas here and see how dangerous it is. Oh, there's a big hydrogen deposit right there. I'm gonna head to whatever this is. It's probably not gonna survive, but I want to see what it's like.
Population transfer complete.
Okay, that's good. Food situation. We're about to get another. So, only Sector 6 hasn't got enough food right now. And there is food available to bring to Sector 6.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Can we get Sector 6? Is Sector 6 actually stockpiling enough food? Is the question. How much food is Sector 6 taking in? Oh, it's asking for 120 food. It's just not getting it. Everyone in Sector 6 has been fed. Nobody is starving in Sector 6 yet. We're actually starting to turn the food situation around. I'm watching the food get distributed as the meal cycle moves forward. We need to get 44 food here in time. I don't think it's going to happen. We're going to get very close, though. That's another probe complete.
A probe has completed its scan.
Okay, so 200 people starved in Sector 6 this time. We're getting there. It's happening slowly. What do we detect over here? Just another planet. Scans of 12J have picked up unusual electromagnetic activity on its surface, although not of great intensity. It would seem an electromagnetic wind traverses the planet. What is going on here? Why is there a house? Okay, the probe has made it through the space weather. That's interesting. There's something... Was there something glowing there? No, it's just the space weather. Usually probes get destroyed by space weather pretty quickly, so the fact that that made it through is fascinating. There's a point of interest here. Let's see if that probe makes it. I need another source of carbon, I just noticed. I only have one here, so that's our next probe. It's going to look for carbon. Hopefully this stuff gets built soon as well. Okay. What are we researching right now? The fusion... Okay, so once we've got aqueous assembly line done, what does it actually do? Production speed increased by 20%. We can then research dry dynamic, which means we'll need 25 waste, which is a huge game changer for us. Comms contact with the light bulb team has been lost. For a short time we were receiving mission reports. The house is much bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. It has no interior light source and it contains a series of mazes. The last report speaks of a thumping sound being heard. Shortly after this was received, the crew's suit signals were turned off one after the other. 5 crew members lost. Repatriate the light bulb. While repatriating the light bulb was being initiated, Brenda Wayland contacted the Tycoon via ship's comms. They have returned are in possession of a strange, translucent, and gelatinous sample. After rapid analysis, it is composed of unknown particles held together by Faust tachyons. Brenda Wayland appears to be extremely disoriented and requires medical assistance and psychological support. They are returning to the Tycoon aboard the light bulb. Okay. What have they found? And was it worth 4 crew? Okay, we're just waiting on food delivery at the moment. That's another probe. Let's get it looking for carbon. It's a little bit of carbon here. We'll just get that going to start with. 12E is an eligible candidate for testing the implementation of our colonization protocols. That's good to know. Space isn't fun. That's the vibe I'm getting. Yes, space is terrifying is the vibe this game gives you. But let's not forget, there's a mysterious faction that have been messing around on planets. I think they have the ability to travel to these these systems without using the same drives that we use. They can travel from planet to planet, and they've been leaving these weird bases behind everywhere. Okay, the light bulb has made it back. Let's set it back here to collect the science. We don't have an event triggering for the Naomi protocol, so... Can't afford for the water treatment plant to be disabled. Actually, do we have waste collection in every sector? No, because I haven't turned waste collection on in every sector. That's right. I don't know if I actually want to do that or not. Let's find some more carbon. Ooh, there's a big silicon and carbon deposit around here. And ice. That's not bad getting all of them. They're never around when I get there. That's the weird thing. They're never around there to, like, be complained. They're all long abandoned. This is set to turn off. Yes, good. Hydrogen stockpile isn't the healthiest. Okay, I think we're stabilizing. I think it's slowly happening. We can maybe think about having a look at the Piranesi soon. Aqueous assembly line has been unlocked, so let's get the one for the waste treatment center done. Dry dynamic. We'll also get this one done as well, because the reduction in power requirement will be huge. A new point of interest was just scanned. There's a planet back here, which is not searchable, it just exists. I'm looking for mission critical points of interest. There's definitely at least one left in the system, surely. Maybe not. Doesn't appear like there is. Okay, let's just find all the rest of the points of interest then. Okay, lots of ships are coming back for repairs. There's a lot of science available to us, which is good. Optimal, 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 optimal. Okay, everyone's optimal, and the worst people's moods are is neutral right now, which is chef's kiss. That's exactly what we want it to be at. We're just waiting for the last of our electronics to be produced. I need to look into research there next, actually. I don't think there's much I can do for the electronics factory. Where is that? Okay, no, I can get recycled materials, which now greatly reduces the amount. Let's actually start working on this chain once we've got this chain completed. Get the electronics factory efficiency massively up. I think at the moment our lab is venting. Yeah, let's do something about the fact that we're constantly waiting for this to vent waste. It's not going to make me hugely popular, but I can turn waste management on for this sector, and that means we can start exporting the waste from this sector, and then the tech center will never go offline, which is something that it does quite often, and it's another source of waste for us as well. Which means we can turn into more water, which means that we can hopefully eventually get electronic production from waste back online, which is what we were doing before. Yeah, I can probably turn this on now. And you know what? If we do it in the other sector as well... Do I have a waste stockpile here? Where can I fit it is the question. There's not really anywhere to put it unless I put it down here, which isn't great, but it will do. And I'll need to turn waste collection on here as well. We're about to have a meal cycle, so hopefully we can feed everybody. One more cycle. Okay, we should be able to get everyone fed in time. Okay, let's turn on waste recycling here. That means I can put this onto waste. And once this is built, I'll be able to start exporting waste from here too. Every sector is now exporting waste. All the science has been retrieved. Let's move on. Let's send you over to PSR 12G. Or should we want to head straight to the Piranesi? Do we want to start our mission objective? I'm a little bit scared, but let's get on with this.
A science ship team has completed a task.
While the full cult's crew were carrying out the research, they became trapped by a lava tide. The phenomenon has been theorized but was subject to debate within the Tycoon scientific community. Today, the theory has been verified. The crew have taken refuge near the focal on a rocky outcrop. The ship has been damaged by the lava and we will not be able to take off with the crew on board. Initiate auto-repatriation protocols and will turn the ship to the Tycoon, leaving the exploration team behind. The last resources of the focal will be used to send the emergency cryopods into space. I'm going to save the team because we can build another ship. That's a shame. Let's build another science ship. Where was that one birthed? Not here. Not here. Not here. So it must have been birthed here. Yeah. Death by Piranesi is probably about to occur. I don't know what happens when I hit the Piranesi. In fact, before we get there, let's dismantle this and auto-build missile defenses. This could be very bad. I did 150 colonists as well. That's low priority right now. I might be about to poke the bear. I'm actually going to save the game really quickly. Just in case I completely ruin my playthrough after this amount of time spent on it. That would suck. Also, all the resources I fired at this place, I just lost them. Oh wait, I think I need to turn on this in order to build this. Okay, dry dynamics been done. Let's queue up recycled materials. At least there's a lot of science in this system. Okay, here we go. We're about to hit the Piranesi. We might be about to wake up a really angry Leviathan. I'm going to laugh if the Piranesi isn't a threat. Well, they made us prepare for this. We've got anti-hacking countermeasures. We've got missile countermeasures. We've got like dock workers with shock weapons. We have an anti-missile countermeasure ready to launch.
A science ship has
Here we go.
arrived at its destination.
We have entered the Piranesi. There is neither light source nor gravity within the ship. Many modifications have been made to its structure. The walls are of an unknown shiny black metal that distorts vision. The corridors we pass through are sometimes similar in design to those of Dolos or UN. In some places, however, passageways are almost organic in shape. We did discover a large memorial. The statue at its center is obscured by the many cables, pipes, and conduits that lead away from it to the ship. We could make out the words property of BMS at its base. That's Black Market Society. If the team was not so anxious, we'd have stopped to carry out further observation. The Lightbulbs team will travel further into the Piranesi to find the devices that hold the Vol coordinates of Remus. Good luck. Godspeed. We just had an electronic complete. That will go to one of the many projects we have that require electronics. We fed everybody last meal cycle. How are we doing on producing our new ship? Our new science ship is under construction. I do have somebody that's going to pick up the cryopods, right? Yes, but they have other stuff they're picking up first by the looks of it. No. What are you doing, Diogenes? There's nothing for you to pick up right now. So you should be picking up the cryopods. Santa Slay, the mule, the missing bear. Ah, they were picking up, hydrogen? Oh, ice, I see. Hang on, I need to make sure that the cryopods are a higher priority than the ice. There we go. Now I'll go pick up the cryopods. Whew. Okay, people are getting fed for once. In general, people are happy. We're building more upgrades to the ship that will make it a better place to live.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
People still have accidents. but that's okay. Piranesi is being explored. We're building another science ship. We'll go explore 12G next. I might actually move the Tycoon to 12G because it's in the middle of all the resources. That's probably a good idea. How long is that travel going to take us? 1.7 cycles? We can just do that now.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Child of Ambition. We have found them. The devices holding the Remus coordinates are behind a heavy reinforced door. We have tried several different approaches to open it, but haven't even succeeded in scratching it. Connecting the Tycoon and Eden to the Piranesi would allow us to power and reactivate the door's control subsystems. The connection is also necessary for the extraction and transfer of the Remus coordinates from the devices to the Tycoon. Administrator, one other thing. Shortly before we found the devices, we passed an effigy of Giovanni Battista, former member of the Marduk Council. Okay, we need to bring the Tycoon into orbit of the Piranesi. We're gonna have to finish this trip, but that's fine. We definitely need to find more carbon as well. It's been 0 cycles since the crew accident. I think it's all going to go to hell when we plug the ship in. Hey Tyler, how's it going? Good to see you. It's been ages. Okay, we've now got the water treatment center research complete, which is great. That's a huge bonus for us, because now we only need 25 waste in order to get that working. Polymer refinement. So we need research from these already done anyway to upgrade other stuff. Landmark gains and losses in morale. Nothing too bad has happened. We lost a few people to starvation. We've jumped into a new system, and we've discovered the Piranesi. Those are the main things that have happened. I've spent quite a lot of time wrestling with food, and we're at an okay situation with food at the moment. We also lost a science ship, but saved the crew on this planet over here. Those are the main takeaways. Oh, the Galileo is now available. Let's send it here. We have a new science ship.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Alright, we have descended into the upper atmosphere of 12G. Updrafts and downdrafts of ionized hydrogen form purple-shaded tornadoes and immense green cumulonimbus clouds. A grouping of tornadoes surround and encircle a massive cyclone of the planet large enough for it to be observable from space. So I can set up measuring devices. The Galileo team will rig and drop measured devices into the lower atmosphere, close to the meteorological phenomena. It will be necessary to provide resources via cargo ship for construction. This will provide viable data to complement our theoretical models. Or we can launch an autonomous analysis drone. This protocol directs for the fabrication of a drone adapted to... Yeah, well, let's do this. Okay. The other thing I think I want to do right now is swap our production back to probes, just temporarily. Because we need to find a source of... We need to find a decent source of carbon right now. We're a bit low on it, and we're going to be using it a lot. Once the Tycoon has arrived here and recharged its batteries, we'll move it over to the Piranesi. That is the plan. How's construction going on the station right now? So we've got 3 here, 1 here. So we still need to produce a lot of electronics, but I am doing research now that will speed that up. I'm going to try and pick up all of this research for the electronics factory, I think. Or at least the ones that reduce the cost in silicon for everything. Not that we're short on silicon, actually. Okay, we're pretty much got enough power to do the move now. Let's find a source of carbon and then we'll move. Alright, let's change production back over to missile defenses because I'm very, very concerned about what's happening next. And let's launch. Oh, the music starts just as I decide to do it. This will require 1.8 cycles, that's fine. We have more than enough power. We're on our way to the Piranesi. This has been a bugbear for us for a long time. I feel like something horrible is going to happen when we plug our ship into it. We actually have food stockpiled now. Cool, we've got our first missile defense constructed. Keeping an eye on our polymer supplies at the moment. A little bit concerned about that. We're almost there. We should see the Piranesi soon. That would be great, Tyler. If only we could do that. I think I can see the silhouette of the Piranesi now. There it is there. The Black Market Society warship. Wow, it's huge. That is a massive ship.
The probe has completed its scan.
Wow.
An accident has occurred.
And there's the pulsar. Alright. I'm just going to wait for the ship to finish moving. There we go. And now we're going to plug into the Piranesi, and we're all going to die. Naomi Protocol. Starting a DDoS attack to flood the network. Eden Vigilance. Once a Tycoon is connected, we will be able to power and short-circuit the subsystems of the reinforced door. Coordinate transfer from the devices to the Tycoon will then be initiated across the connection. It begins. The beginning of the end. Do you think this ship has any radiation protection at all, considering how it was constructed and how difficult it is to keep in operation? Yeah, that's what I'm expecting, Driver. I believe that's why they wanted us to have battery power. Okay, let's just keep an eye out, see how things are looking in the station while we're waiting. Oh, we don't actually have anything researching right now, so we should probably do something about that. So hang on, electronics factory, advanced production line, requires less silicon. Let's get that going. Then polymer refinery, that increases production speed. Let's get that going next. Doing that should allow me to get the nuclear power plant research, Adamantra, and hydrogen fire starter, which are also very nice. .8 cycles. Yeah. That is a scary looking ship. The size of it. If you compare it to the fact how big the Tycoon actually is, we have 3,000 people living on this ship right now. At some point, we're going to get this nuclear power plant constructed, and we're going to get all of this stuff here constructed. At that point, we'll be able to take the food production out of this sector, free it up for more housing, or we can set this sector up as where we have our gladiatorial games dome and stuff like that, depending on what happens next. The drone's almost complete at this sector, so we'll get that going before the Piranesi event triggers. Resources look okay. And it is a structure, yeah. What destroyed it is the question. Why is it powered down? Where are all the people? Because this was the monster that's been hunting everyone else.
Has completed a task.
The drone fabrication pattern Kutiman. Oh wait, is that the name of the kid? Remember the kid that we rescued that had been put inside the PA? Is that the kid? The name of the ship? took off from the cargo bay of the Galileo and descended into the lower atmosphere. They collected data, allowed the crew to update theoretical models of 12G. The team has concluded that the pulsar activity of the system has had a significant impact on the atmospheric conditions present on 12G. The phenomena observed are unexplainable without external factors. Yeah, exactly. Nothing could go wrong, especially a Black Market Society ship. That's it. We got some science. While preparing to depart 12G, the crew of the Galileo spotted something unusual, different from the observed meteorological phenomena. A translucent tubular formation pierces the cloud cover and rises high into the atmosphere. Approach the area where the tube formation rises from the cloud layer. We might be able to lose another science ship. It always goes well in sci-fi novels. Yep. Think of The Expanse right now. 0.3 cycles and we'll find out what's happening. We do indeed have plasma cutters now, yes. We did research them after the plant monster attacked the ship. I hope they do add for our defense stat. We need to just remember to remove the limbs.
A science ship team
Here we go.
has completed a task.
Administrator, the Paradisi is reactivating. We had to manually break the connection with the Tycoon, interrupting the coordinate transfer. The damn wall started to move. Thanks to our exoskeletons, we're making for the light bulb as fast as we can. We got a cutscene. Are you ready? This is it, driver. Here comes the swarm.
Administrator, the Piranesi has deployed a drone swarm around itself. We should move the Tycoon immediately.
The crew of the light bulb are rushing back to the ship. They'll make it. The crew of the light bulb will receive a galvanizing missive to boost their morale. They'll never reach the light bulb, but they can still prove useful before they're passing. I've actually got goosebumps. Do I order them to stand and fight, or do I try and get them back? Listen to the music. Crew of the light bulb, this is your finest hour. Stand and fight. We need to get the Tycoon out of here.
Administrator, I see you. Pitiful Dolos leftovers. Ridiculous flesh bags. You are flies to me. I'll tear you apart, eat you, digest you, and soon you, your crew, the Tycoon, and whatever's left of Dolos will be part of me. I am Primordia. I am Amoeba. You are nothing but erratic illusion, pointless heat dissipation, and abject failure. I have found your protection. It is but a matter of time before Naomi breaks into pieces, and I feast on your carcass. Opportunity knocks.
Ooh, that was very well delivered. New objective. Now is the time to run. We are running. We are running.
Science ship team has completed a task.
The first received images from the Galileo indeed reveal the presence of huge and translucent tubular formation. Upon approach, it appears to be massive luminescent properties. Around the formation, the meteorological activity is almost calm, and a glimpse of the planet's telluric core can be seen. The captured imagery disproves the hypothesis of crew hallucination. The team wishes to continue with further analysis. Fine. Authorize external analysis. You guys do that while we run away from the Doom ship. Is it moving? So far, nothing is happening. I feel so bad about leaving the crew of the light bulb behind to die. But if they could get, if their sacrifice means what 3,000 people on the Tycoon get away, I can't not do it. We'll see what happens next. How's production going just while we're waiting? Okay, this is almost ready to come online.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
I feel like that might have been Batista's voice, by the way. Just heavily corrupted. And he mentioned Naomi as well.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The Piranesi has awakened. Previously dormant drones now roam the passageways of the ship. They destroyed the light bulb. The crew, cut off and terrified, improvised an explosive device as they waited to die. The explosive was detonated by the last surviving member of the team deep within the bowels of the Piranesi. Marjut Anonin, Shan Li, Shakambari Khan, Sephora Bemusa, and Brenda Wayland. You legends. Oh, the Piranesi is now a thing. My mission objective right now is just to survive. Let's get a new science ship under construction. To replace the one we just lost. I don't know how fast the Piranesi is going to be. Salutes all around. The cult of the hull. They'll sail on forever. Okay. We'll rest here until we get power recharged, because our batteries are running a bit low. So yeah, it would be nice to have some point defense bows. Well, we do have our missile countermeasures, and we do have anti-drone technology protecting the station. We researched that last time. How am I doing for research, actually? Okay.
Completed a task.
The data collected...
A new request awaits your attention.
The data collected is quite contradictory. The majority of measurements match those taken in other areas of 12G's atmosphere. However, readings from the beacon seem to fluctuate. Isolating these anomalies while excluding the background data suggests that the tubing generates a weak electromagnetic field, beta radiation, and Faust tachyons. The Galileo team has established several theories and is recommending a more invasive follow-up study. Mission safety protocols advise that the team, who exhibited concerning form of fascination of tubing, should be repatriated. A crew member from the Galileo will perform EVA and install sensor beacons within the formation itself. Sure. Let's just throw away science teams. Right, where is this request? Nope, didn't want to click on that. I have a request somewhere, but I can't see it. Sector 1 doesn't have the request. Sector 2 hasn't got the request. Sector 3 hasn't got the request. Sector 4. Data control algorithms have been overloaded. Diagnostic indicates external interference. Administrator, there is fear. Images of the Piranesi flood every screen. They haunt dreams and leave indelible marks. Do you have a plan to save us from this monster and recover the coordinates of Remus? Administrator, there is fear. Stability penalty -2 permanent. Everybody is scared. Everybody is unhappy. What do we do? How do we survive this? I have no way of attacking the Piranesi. It's not moving, it's not doing anything. Trust is at -3.6%. Sector 3 is really unhappy. We did research ECCM, but that's only defensive. What can I do to help Sector 3? How can I help Sector 3? They've already got propaganda. I could increase their food or reduce their working hours. What if okay, the cult of the hull is present in this sector. What if we build a temple? I haven't actually unlocked the temple. That could help. We could get a cult temple here. I might need to knock down something to make it fit, but I could fit it in here. What can I do in the meantime? I think in the meantime I need to placate them. What if I set them to supported working hours and give them +1 stability? I'm going to need more workers. Oh, conditions are still optimal. Excellent. Okay, that should set... So trust is now at -2.4. We're now losing our most trust from Sector 5. How are we doing in terms of workers here? We have a lot of extra workers here. I could do the same thing here. We could set working hours to support it. We're still optimum. And now trust is on the increase again. Okay, I fixed the trust issue. There is no withdrawal from the Garden of Kadesh. I wish I could do that voice. That was such a beautiful speech. We need ice. We have no... Okay, we have ice nearby, and it's being mined. That's fine. Okay, the Piranesi is... No, I thought the Piranesi was moving. It's not. The tension is really high.
The ship team has completed a task.
According to mission reports, the crew member had set up half the beacons before becoming seemingly transfixed, mumbling incoherently and raising their arms upward. The tubing volatilized. Among the vapor and fumes, the few activated sensor beacons picked up traces of some of those left by Vol propulsion systems. Okay, we picked up a lot of science, we lost 1 crew member. Advanced production line is done. We're now researching Temple of the Hull. It's time to get religious. What is the Piranesi doing? Stanford. Our new ship's called the Stanford. Let's get it over to 12J. I'm waiting for the Piranesi to make a move. Ball's in their court right now. Come on. Something happened. They are indeed exalted as a status of a Vol deity. What are the research options there for the temple, actually? So we've got Temple of the Hull, Praise... I can't actually see what these are yet. Because the upgrades are Praise It, Feed It, Be It. We have tons of food stockpiled. Which is excellent. How is production going? Is our nuclear power plant complete? It's not. And nothing here is completed there. So we're still... Oh.
The Piranesi has launched a missile targeting the Tycoon.
Okay, look, we auto launched a countermeasure. Well, look at the size of this missile. Oh my goodness. Done. Dealt with. Hull integrity is plummeting. Not enough alloy for repairs. Why do we not have enough alloy for repairs? What is going on? It says we have 305 alloy. Why is it saying we don't have enough alloy for repairs? What's going on? Alloy is metal. Why is there no metal in this sector? Why is Sector 1 not having any alloy delivered to it? We have tons of alloy. Is it being delivered? Is this alloy here?
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Where is my alloy? Why isn't it being delivered to the sector? This sector has 329 alloy. The stockpile failed to transfer to a resource to another sector during the last cycle. Why is this happening? Why is my alloy not being delivered to Sector 1? It comes from other sectors. Everywhere else is full, but Sector 1 isn't receiving any alloy. I'm very concerned about this. This is game over if this doesn't fix itself. Neither of these sectors have had their working hours effect changed. Oh, you're right, we do have extra hours here. I can move some workers over. We actually need more workers in general. Oh, thank you for the sub, Technique Lecture. Was that 2 people subscribing? Aaron Ronov and Technique Lecture. I want to turn one of these chronic centers back on. I'd love to do a playthrough of Homeworld. It's actually one of the reasons I started doing videos, was I wanted to do that. I'd actually have room for another alloy storage here in this sector. Administrator, crew members are spreading rumors about the DLS. They think that they are under constant observation and that the information they receive has been changed to encourage them to comply with DLS guidelines. They are not wrong, but their interpretation of the presence is crude. They are not being monitored but recorded, so that if there's any doubt about an individual, the behavior record could be reviewed. Information is not altered but expressed to the individual in a personalized manner to ensure their continued emotional stability. Should a statement be made in response for the rumors? We have nothing to acknowledge. You are not monitored, you are recorded. You're not being lied to. We merely adapt our speech. It is necessary to protect ourselves from the deviant and conspiratorial behavior. These data collection practices are managed by the PA of the Tycoon. As an administrator, I am also under their supervision. These systems are crucial for the balance of the station. Oh dear, this seems like a Sophie's Choice. I think all of these are going to be bad. That's exactly what it is, Bluffers Night. I want to pick the third one. I don't know what the outcome for that was. I need to work out what is going on with this alloy. Why is it not moving? This hull integrity is plummeting right now. And no alloy seems to be getting delivered. Or moved. Is this alloy here? Nope, they're just driving straight past.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
There's nothing I can do right now. If the alloy doesn't get delivered, it's game over. None of these delivery vehicles... None of these but I have 329 alloy in this sector. What does this mean? It failed to transfer. Right, hang on, let's cancel that. I'm literally panicking right now because if I lose to a bug... Okay, I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna reload the save. And just see if that helps the situation. I'm just gonna restart the game. Give me 2 seconds. Alright, I'm quitting the desktop. I'm gonna relaunch and see if that fixes it. Because that's GG. If it doesn't deliver the alloy, it's DD. It's GG. Like, the ship will die. It looks like a storage problem. I'm just relaunching the game now. It should go live in a second. It's just loading. It's a new issue that has never plagued us before in Detailer. Not a bug I've seen before. At atrocious timing as well, with the amount of stress. There's no issue with the production chain for the alloys that I can see. Oh, I need to press space to skip this. Oops. Okay. It does take a few seconds for the game to load, so we'll just chill. Damn, I really hope my save isn't broken. That would be really sad. The amount of time I've invested into this playthrough and the amount of time all of you have invested in watching me play it, I would be really, really upset if for some reason it wasn't going to work. Okay, here we go. We're gonna have to let the simulation run. And let's see what happens. Just while we're waiting, the ship's PA became corrupted during our descent to 12J and we had to shut it down. As a result, we can only transmit partial information. That's very suspicious. Guided by the wind currents of the planet, we're able to locate suitable landing areas. Angular and extraordinary crystalline structures composed of sodium chloride rise from the planet's surface. Our time on Shell G must be short. Its electromagnetic activity seems to impact the Stanford and its systems. The Stanford team will study the salt of 12J using onboard analysis tools. No, we'll study the electromagnetic activity. Okay. Yeah, the storage depot is due, you're right. But the storage, so first of all, this isn't full. Secondly, it's iron that is it is raw iron that is backed up, not raw alloy. Alloy is free. And there's room here. Okay, they're taking alloy out of here and putting it into here. Alloy isn't coming out of here at all. It's not being picked up. They're loading it up, but they're not emptying it. The drones are maybe overwhelmed. It could be there's just too much stuff coming out of this sector. We maybe need another drone bay. Okay, hull integrity is going up. Okay, alloy is being delivered after I reloaded the save. Okay. We're back in action. We're okay. I want to keep this as a backup of alloy storage, though, just for now.
A drone
How do we deal with this?
swarm has been released from the Pyrenees. The swarm aims to intercept the Tycoon.
I think I know what I need to do. We need to move the Tycoon. Which way's better? Let's move over here. Yeah, let's move over this way. Yeah, the drone storm doesn't seem to be changing its trajectory. I'm gonna need another probe bay. I'm gonna have to build another probe bay because I need to be launching probes right now. I need more resources. That's a problem. We can fit a probe bay in this sector. And it means I'm also going to need copper storage. So we're extra hours here, optimal extra hours. So I need to start moving, I need to start waking up workers and moving them around. Yeah, we're going to avoid the drone swarm, that's good.
A science ship team has completed a task.
While carrying out spectrometric analysis, the team of the Stanford located a source of electromagnetic emissions coming from within an angular tunnel. With a crystalline composition, the sides of the tunnel reflect like mirrors. The team reports detail how the advanced dark shapes move within the mirror-like walls and removed the crew's reflected selves. These accounts will be dismissed as hallucinations. However, the visual capture of the team confirms the reports that only one crew member appears to still possess their reflection. Psychological monitoring of the Stanford team just rising levels of panic among its members. The Stanford team will proceed to the end of the tunnel. The Stanford team will proceed further into the tunnel, shattering the mirrored surfaces as they go. Continue to the end. Why do I need to check the cargo ships? What do you want me to check for, driver? Hull temple has been unlocked. Provides +1 stability. Yes. Let's build a temple. Oh, it's actually quite small. I could fit it in... Oh, I can't quite fit it in there. Damn. The drone bay is in the way. Oh, that's annoying. There's nowhere else I could really fit it. I could put it here, but there'd be no way to get a road to it. I could... Yeah, that's a good point. I can't give the cargo ships manual orders, I don't think. Where are we going to put this Temple of the Hull? I can't actually fit it here, I just realized, because this is up against the sign. I could put it here, but that would remove 2 farms. That might actually be okay. If I remove both of the... Oh, no, I can't. Damn, because this is the first connector. So I can't put it there either. I could put it here, and it would... If I put it here, actually, it would remove 1 set of housing, but I could upgrade the housing to level 3. That might be what I do. Okay, so we're going to demolish this building and this building. The food hall. What food hall? This isn't a food hall. This food hall here, I can't put it here because I've got cell housing here. And the other food hall... There's only 1 food hall in this sector. Yeah. No, I can't do anything about that food hall. This isn't a food hall here. This is controlling all of these farms. So I'm gonna demolish both of these buildings. I'm gonna put a tier 3 building in instead. I'm gonna go like that. Actually, we don't even need these houses. We can get this science ship out of here. It's the only ship that is in problem. Back to the Tycoon. This here's a food storage depot, yeah. Do I not have an alloy storage in this sector? I don't have alloy. I've got 3 food storage and no alloy storage. Let's change this to alloy storage. How's construction going? Okay, the nuclear power plant is under construction. That's great. And this is all under construction here. Sector 5 needs 10 polymer. Okay. Now, I do not have the workers. This requires 60 workers. I can't put this online until I've woken up a bunch more workers, unfortunately. I think there is some research that reduces the amount of people that need to work in the nuclear power plant, though. 20 few workers are required. I need to get the electronics factory permanent monitoring upgrade, which requires the... Okay, we're gonna have to go down this tree then. Oh, we're running a bit low on hydrogen as well. Excuse me?
Is moving towards us.
How fast is it? Okay, it's pretty slow. We can probably loop around the system back over to 12D, but I need to make sure our batteries are recharged before I do that. What does Praise It actually do? I didn't actually read what the technology did. I'm panicking so much. So Praise It is +1 stability, Feed It is power cost reduced by 1, And be it, each hull temple increases the hull's maximum integrity by 10. What differentiates existence from non-existence is an envelope. Without a body, you are only a memory. People have given their private data away for free. It seems logical then that they also give their excess energy away for free. They couldn't do anything with it by themselves anyway. Once you're dead, you can be it. We're on a knife's edge here, everybody. This is absolute knife's edge situation. The Piranesi is moving incredibly slowly. We can outrun it. I'm concerned about any ships getting in its way, though. So we need to move. I might have to... Can I drag select? No, I might have to make all of this forbidden if the Piranesi is going to move through it. Where's the Galileo right now? Why is it not docked with the Tycoon? Oh no, it's stuck in orbit, isn't it? Okay, new members boarding. Okay.
A science ship team has completed a task.
For a short period of time, contact was lost with the team of the Stanford. When re-established, only Kei Makoto reported in. They have transmitted a report that is incredibly detailed. At length, that indicates the completion of several decades of work. Their vital signs are extremely worrying, and they seem to be severely fatigued. Leave the planet. Waiting for the last of this to be pulled out of here. Hopefully, Tyler, but there's no science available on the planet to pull. I honestly have no idea what's going on at the moment. How long do we need to run for, is the question. I just realized I'm going to have to turn this into a electronic storage facility. Okay, so now we can build our hull temple, which of course requires 2 electronics. I actually need to dismantle this as well.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Okay, where's the request? Naomi Protocol, commencing DDoS attack, to attack Eden Vigilance Network. Administrator, this is Feng Shun from the Sector 1 Scientific Syndicate. With Eden appearing to be severely dysfunctional, we had to attempt to bypass the usual communication protocols. I don't know if you received this message. I hope that you do. The Pyrenees is the biggest threat we've ever faced. As soon as the first reports of Etamaki's destruction reached our ears, we secretly began to investigate to find a way to neutralize the threat. At the center of this system lies PSR B125712A, a long-interval pulsar. Despite all its power, we think in its current state, the Pyrenees could not withstand a pulse from 12A. However, the Tycoon would not survive such a pulse either. You must send an expedition to 12A to find a solution. Administrator, there are a lot of rumors around you. Some say you don't exist, or that you're lost in cryosleep. Some even believe that Eden is impersonating you. Others, including myself, have faith in you as our administrator. Save the Tycoon. Save this crew. Save what's left of humanity. I've heard you. New objective, a bomb of a plan. New event, Pulsar, the monster's awakening. Are we gonna blow up the Pulsar? Okay, I need to get an expedition over there. Once the Stanford has got its crew full. Okay, hang on. There's a lot of stuff going on. We now need to research permanent monitoring in the electronics factory. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. We're gonna rotate the threat, we're gonna rotate the pulsar. Okay, we need to get science. So it looks like this drone swarm is gonna be here forever.
The Piranesi has launched a missile targeting the Tycoon.
Well, we've got anti-missile countermeasures. Yeah, it looks like this is gonna be permanently a place we cannot go. missile destroyed. At least we have tons of food stockpiled. That's a new missile countermeasure available. Okay, the Stanford is ready. Looks like the course is safe. Oh, that's not a safe course. That's not the course I sent you on. Go to here. We're gonna have to move soon. In fact, I could start moving us here. So take 4 cycles. We have 6 cycles of power, 4 cycles of power, 5 cycles of power, 4.4. Okay, we can make this journey, and then we can start moving around the back of the system. Although, ooh, let's actually head around here. I'm just keeping an eye on the Piranesi and our science ship. I liked how that was twitchy too, driver. Cult of the Hull. It's being constructed. I can also fit next to it. Actually, I don't need it. The population is fine here. Okay, we also need to...
Self-destruct.
In
10 seconds. 5 seconds. 4. 3, 2, 1. No Batista self-destruct device detected. Self-destruction impossible.
Thanks, game. I really needed that right now. Which ship is this? Is the Stanford? Did I click on the pulsar? I did. Okay, permanent monitoring has been unlocked. That means I can now research Atom Mantra, which means 20 fewer workers are required to run the building. How's the rest of my production going, actually? How are we looking all the way over here? Alright, this is now ready to go. I've got the power for it, but not the workers at the moment. I'm actually pretty chill, because... I think this is actually no longer required. Let's see. Okay. First readings of 12C indicate the presence of extremely intense meteorological activity on the planet. Initial imagery captures hexagonally shaped cyclones. The planet's core appears to be surrounded by a layer of liquid hydrogen. Many moons orbit 12C, surrounded by clusters of asteroids in unusual arrangements. Preliminary surveys have identified many telluric promontories emerging from 12C's ocean of liquid hydrogen. We should be able to establish a research site upon one of these promontories with the help of our gaseous planet exploration equipment. From this closer vantage point, we can see the asteroids that surround the planet's moon are almost perfectly spherical in shape. Well, we'll use our deep dive apparatus to analyze the storms. Hello, this is your reminder that the 8 o'clock alarm has successfully arrived. Next alarm will be 2 hours. Thanks, game. Oh. How are we doing for crew? So we're optimal crew here at the moment. Oh, you can start making probes for me. We are extra hours here. We are 1 worker under here. We are extra hours here, and people are unhappy in Sector 1. I don't really have the space in Sector 1 to really do anything about that at the moment, unfortunately. But getting some more workers in here would probably help. We're neutral and optimal here, and we're negative and extra workers here. We actually are short 40 workers in this sector. Okay, there's nowhere I believe that we are over on workers. We have 10 extra workers in Sector 5. 2 extra workers in Sector 6. and 20 extra workers in Sector 2.
A
So I can move
has arrived at its
5 workers from Sector 2 to Sector 1, and that will fix the problems there. In Sector 3, we are working on, and almost completed, our Temple of the Hull, which will help them out here. We're also running really low on power, so we need to actually sit and regenerate power next time we stop. Oh, our team have arrived at here. Okay. We are in orbit of PSR B125712A. The pulsar is huge. Preliminary analysis confirms the forecast for the Sector 1 Scientific Syndicate. We will do everything we can to find a way to use the power of the pulsar against the Pulverizzi. An unusual reading has been observed. Analyze the pulsar. It's going to take 10 cycles. Okay, we have our first probe. We need to find more resources. There's a lot of ice over here and some carbon. Let's get that uncovered. Look at all the cargo ships chasing us.
A cyber attack launched by the Piranesi has disabled several mess halls.
Why would you do that?
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
How do I get them back? Oh, I just have to turn them on. Okay.
Complete.
It just unpowered them. No. That's a weird cyber attack. Okay. I'm just waiting for more workers to be woken up. How are we doing for water? I turned off the fusion power plant here because I figured we had enough heat to keep this running, but maybe we don't. See how that goes. That was such an annoying prank. Okay, the Tycoon has docked and is recovering power. The Piranesi is on the other side of the solar system still. We have 8 cycles to go until we finished working out what we need to do with the pulsar.
A probe has completed its scan.
I want to see what other resources I can find near where we... Oh, there's a point of interest around here that I haven't detected. If I have to, I'll fly around to the side of the system, but I don't want to drag my ship through everything. The atmosphere of 12C is extremely hostile. While we were conducting our surveys, a cyclone rose up and pinned us down. Ayubabura and myself were separated from the others. When the winds abated to give us some respite, we did manage to regroup. However, the others, their suits are orange in color. It is not from environmental factors. They are insistent that Dolus has always had orange suits. This is clearly untrue, and Ayubadu and myself are wearing standard Dolus yellow. They are indeed our crewmates, and medical analysis does not reveal any other deviants. Cool, we've had more doppelganging going on. Bring back the whole crew. We always bring back the crew. Okay. Don't mess with the Piranesi, they'll turn your lights off. Has the Piranesi launched another drone swarm? It appears that it has. I'm not sure where that drone swarm is going to, though. We'll stay here as long as we can and recover as much power as we can. How is it looking in terms of our Temple of the Hull? Almost built. Just realized the game was paused. I need a lot of extra workers in this sector. Atom Mantra has been unlocked. Okay. So that's reduced crew requirements for this. I don't really care about the other text there. What else do we need to research here? Drone Bay. Increases maximum drone capacity by 1. That will help a lot. We should now have extra workers here because this requires 20 less workers. So now we are 20 workers over. So that'll help this place be happier for now. That means I can move some people over because we are currently 4 workers over here. So if I move 10 workers from Sector 6 to Sector 5... I am just, like, right in the edge of panic. This is... For a city builder game, I am tense. Okay, we got another probe. What else can we discover that will help us here? Is there any... Yeah, there is... So we already discovered that. I'm just wondering... Okay, we've already got a planet on that orbital track. I don't think we've got a planet on this orbital track. Do we? No, we don't. There's one here. Seven cycles left. There is definitely a drone swarm heading for us here. I don't know where to move next. We might go up to here. And then path through the center of the system potentially over to... I don't know where we'll go. We might have to come around the outside here, which means really bad news for all of our cargo ships. Because they can't travel through the weather here. We'll start to lose them if we do that. I might have to recall them. In fact, I might have to recall this one no matter what. Because it's going to fly into this drone swarm if it continues on its route. I don't seem to have a way to tell it to return to the ship, though. Okay, let's tell the Eldrimar to not do anything for now. So it comes back to the ship. I think I'm going to have to recall all of our cargo ships. I think I'm going to have to recall all of our cargo and mining ships right now. Get them back into the ship, travel to the other side of the dust storm, and find more resources there. This will get them all back to me. Same with the miners. That's recalling all of the ships to me. That's going to be a problem for some of these mining ships. They may clip the drone swarms. I'm just waiting. We have 3.3 cycles of power here. It's going to take us 2.7 cycles. Okay, unknown structure. Ooh. There's an unknown structure here. Alright, I'm going to move the Tycoon now. Do we have 2.7 cycles of power here? Yes, we do. Okay. Okay, and then I need to find some resources on this side of the dust storm. Let's start with alloy and ice. Oh, I just realized most of...
The Piranesi has launched a missile.
We're going to lose a lot of ships here because they're going to travel through the storm trying to catch up with me. I just realized. Okay, storage space expansion is done. Am I enjoying the long weekend with this amount of stress? Yes, actually I am. Having a great time. Okay, that's a battery upgrade. Let's actually see if we can get a battery recharge speed upgrade, maybe? Or why don't we just continue researching everything we need for the hull temple? Is that being constructed yet?
Caution.
Yes, it has.
Entering stellar storm.
Magnetized dust clouds surround the station. Our power supply is at risk. Oh no. Oh, I'm terrified. Okay, we currently have... I really want to turn this on, because this will make life a lot easier, but I can't afford to just yet. We're going to lose ships here, I think. God, I got out of there just in time. The drone swarm has arrived. Okay, the drone swarms are not destroying our mining ships. So I may have... They may not be trying to destroy my supply ships. I hope. Okay, the Galileo's collected everything from there. I want to get it over to here ASAP. We may be safe. We may be in a situation where the drone swarms and the weather is not going to damage our ships because everything has made it through fine. Let's work on that assumption. So everything has a low priority to mine iron. You mine cop. Oh, I need to. Yeah, sector 3 is fine for both of these. You also have a very low priority to mine water. And you mine hydrogen as your top priority. You pick up all of the completed stuff. That's your job. All the stuff in Sector 2, we need iron, silicon, and carbon. And you pick up the other stuff as a lower priority. Sector 3, you get ice. Sector 6, you get hydrogen. All of you pick up ice as a low priority. Okay, I think that's how we want it set. Hopefully I haven't missed something. .6 cycles left on investigating the pulsar. We're out of hydrogen. We are out of hydrogen. How long? How long until this runs out of power? Well, we'll go into battery power, which will give me time to react, and hopefully we'll get hydrogen in the meantime. Some of these cargo ships will be delivering hydrogen to us. This one has 30 hydrogen on it. Okay. That'll keep us topped up. Okay, we've arrived. We're recharging.
A probe has completed its scan.
Feed it's been unlocked. Let's just get Be It done. And that gets us more hull strength, hull integrity.
The crew's trust in your leadership.
Okay, we just overloaded. I don't know how we're having a problem with overload when we have
Power
batteries.
supply overloaded.
Why are we overloading? What has happened?
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Okay, what caused that overload? Because this is still producing power. No, it's not, because we're at minus 138 power. So this is not producing power. That frees up 50 power. I basically just need this hydrogen to be delivered. Okay, there's another planet here we haven't discovered yet. The hydrogen is about to arrive. When that comes on board, we'll get out of the red. We have a new probe. Let's find a source of hydrogen near the ship. Of course, there isn't one. There is a big source of hydrogen right here. Let's also look at getting some solar panels constructed. That's the hydrogen being delivered there. I don't think there's any more solar panel technology we can research. No, we've researched it all.
Power restored.
Okay, that's power restored for now. Whoa, accidentally went over the working conditions for a second there. That caused a big explosion. Okay, 1.5 cycles left on the, on this. I actually need to make hydrogen, it's gonna take a long time for the ship to bring more hydrogen over. I don't really know what to do about that, honestly. We should have to hope the batteries build up in time. One cycle left. Silicon here and iron. God, I'm stressed. What's going to happen with the pulsar is the question.
A probe has completed its scan.
Only one source of hydrogen here. 400 available though. Okay, one of my mining ships is on the way to it. At least we'll have a closer hydrogen source soon. We only have one cycle's worth of power at the moment left in the stockpile. And the ship that carries the hydrogen is on its way out to pick up more. It's really bad. Okay. What can I research that will help me here? Yeah, what are we going to do with the pulsar is the next question, isn't it? I don't know what to do. We're going to have another brownout in a second. There's nothing I can do about it. Because we need 5 electronics for the solar panels. Okay. We have taken many readings and conducted comprehensive analysis of PSR-12A's activity. We are able to submit a proposal that adapts the Tycoon's architecture and allows the hull to work like a Faraday cage. We have also developed a theoretical device that will be named the Icarus 3. This device will allow us to induce a pulse on the PSR-12A. To proceed, the Tycon's tech lab will need to analyze remaining data and fabricate construction patterns. Okay. We have some research to be doing. Where is this research?
The Piranesi has activated more subsystems. Its threat level has increased. He will attack more frequently.
How do I research this technology? I'm guessing it's this option. Oh, here we go. Faraday cage unlocks the option to reconfigure the hull to protect the Tycoon from pulsar waves. Naomi Protocol, deployment Nidhogg malware. This is Jala Ramani, the Commander-in-Chief of the UNSS Taranaki. Vigorous combat with the BMS Piranesi concluded with the use of their main weapon pulverizing our ship. They then disappeared, retreating into the dark using forbidden technology. Emergency chronic protocols have been activated. If anyone finds our wreckage, may you forgive our weakness. God bless United Nations. Icarus 3, a probe that can be sent into a pulsar to trigger an explosion. Naomi Protocol, performing exhaustive key search. It was necessary to break Dolus protocols. After all, by disappearing, the Earth took civilization with her, and with it Dolus and its protocols. It doesn't tell me how much research these need. 1.9 cycles for the Faraday cage. We're gonna have a power outage any second. We've got 1 cycle left until the nuclear power plant runs out of power. I need to free up so much electricity for that to happen. We can turn this off. We can turn this off. We can turn this off. Let's just turn off everything I'm not using. We can turn this off. Actually, we need that. We can turn this off. We can turn this off. I need 100 power available. I can turn off the power generator, which will give me 20 power. But I need to free up one more power before I can do that. I think I can turn off this. That puts me at 82. So if I turn this off, that'll give me 102 power available.
Power supply overloaded.
Crap. I didn't read that properly.
Power restored.
Yeah, oh, I'm gonna have to trade trust for power. I messed up there by turning it on and off like 8 times. I'm gonna have to trade trust for power for now. Do they really need fuel and oxygen? They really do.
A probe has completed its scan.
There's tons of resources on this side of the solar system. Oh, the hydrogen's gonna take so long to get here. And at the moment our batteries are draining, and when the batteries go, we are in big trouble. So I need to keep finding more things to turn off. We don't need polymer in this sector right now. Okay, that's the nuclear power plant coming back online. Let's turn this off. Let's turn this off. There's nothing else here that I can turn off. I can turn this off, but I really do need the people. In this sector here, I can't afford to turn the alloy stockpiles off. I can turn this off. I can turn this off. That's all I can turn off here. Is this actually, this can be turned off. In this sector, I can turn this off. I can turn this off. That's really all I can afford to turn off in here. In this sector, there's nothing I can really turn off that I haven't already turned off. That leaves me with 102 power available. I also need people because everyone's working extra hours, which causes more accidents, which makes people more injured, which means I need more people. Like, it's a continual cycle. If I leave it for too long, I will run out of people. But for now, I can recover. So if I turn this off, I lose 80 power. No, I lose 200 power. This is producing 200 power for me. And I've only managed to clear 100. I can turn off this, which will give me 50 back. But then I'll have to turn this on, which will give me 40 back total. I've got to hope that that reduced energy load for now will let the batteries charge a little bit faster. We've got one cycle until that turns off.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
There is some wreckage here, not much larger than the size of the Galileo. Containing with it is a stress beacon. The emitter signal is incredibly similar to those that the Tycoon uses. We're definitely going to investigate that. That seems incredibly important to us right now. You know what I should be doing? You should be collecting hydrogen as a high priority. Oh, I really don't know what to do about the hydrogen situation. Because my mining ships are slow. How is... Okay, we're at 90% research on the Faraday cage technology. And the used solar panels are 5 electronics away from completion. So that's basically never happening. Especially since I've turned off the electronic storage. I need to turn that back on. Okay, Faraday cage has been unlocked. So I now need to build that, I'm guessing. Yes, the Faraday cage will cost 480. Okay, we're gonna have to cancel building solar panels and get building this.
Power supply overloaded.
Okay, that's us out of power now. I can turn this off because it's not going to do anything for now. I can turn this off. I can turn this back on to cover that. So we are 36 over power. Let's turn this off for now, which means we can turn this off for now. Make sure this is turned off even though it's not on yet. I am currently 27 power over limit. What else can I turn off? I can turn this off until I need to fire another missile. I could potentially turn one of the EVA airlocks off as well. In fact, can I get away with turning 2 of these off?
Power restored.
Let me just see if I can handle the... No, I need to have... Okay, I need to have one of these on, so I need to free up another 12 power. There's nothing here I can turn off. If I turn the DLS center off, I don't think that affects my policies. So we can turn all of these off. That's going to be 13 power available, which means I can turn this back on. Let's see if that stabilizes now. Okay, okay, hull integrity is increasing. We have enough power. As long as nothing else gets turned on or gets destroyed power-wise, we're okay until we can build up our hydrogen stockpile again. Trust is plummeting. Why is trust plummeting? Sector 6 is angry. How can I make Sector 6 happy? It's because this is damaged. When this gets repaired, we'll be okay. Yeah, I know the hull integrity is harder at higher levels. Trust will should go back up again in a second. Sector 6's alternative life center gets repaired. Oh, hang on a minute. Will I have enough power to power it on? I guess we'll find out in a second. Okay, that trust is going back up again. Okay, okay. So hull integrity is going up, trust is going up, and we're almost got enough polymer to start production on the Faraday cage.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay. We're gonna leave them there for now. Oh. The team has identified a fragmented wreck as a part of the Tycoon. A large amount of Faust Tycoons were detected in the area, as well as a frozen corpse of Tycoon member Guillermo David. Reviewing DLS data confirms that Guillermo David is alive and well on the station. Tycoon engineers have also verified the components and plating found in the wreck are still in their proper place on the Tycoon. Ready for extraction. 800 colonists! 3-factor authentication upgrade unlocked for nuclear power plant. Let's dismantle the wreck. Okay. What does that research give us?
The Pyrenees.
Don't tell me the Pyrenees launched a missile at me right now. Accidents will no longer occur in nuclear power plants. That's pretty nice. But we need the high risk. We need tech lab research. Where's the tech lab? That feels like alternate reality stuff that's just happened. Tech lab. Why can't I see the tech lab? This requires family at work. This requires PA assisted management. We'll cue that up next. Alright, I need to now find enough power to power on the probe launcher. So I need to find 6 power. I think it's alternate dimensions. So we can turn off this DLS center. And we can turn off this DLS center. That now gives me enough power to power on this probe launcher, with which I can now launch an anti-missile countermeasure at the incoming missile.
Targeting the Tycoon has completed its scan.
We're We're also going to have to move soon, which is going to make hydrogen even harder for us to get. They've launched a drone swarm at us, so we're going to have to move on to PSR 12L. I'm going to hold as long as I can because we don't have a lot of power in this sector. What if you have hydrogen? You have iron. You have hydrogen. Okay, we've got 33 hydrogen. What just happened? Okay, the probe technology has been unlocked. Where do I build the probe? Guessing in a probe launcher? It's not producible here. Construct Icarus 3. The Stanford team will build Icarus 3, the explosive charge that will trigger PSR-12A and neutralize the Piranesi. 5 cycles. We need to make sure that the Faraday cage is under construction, which it is not yet. We still need a bunch more polymer, but it is on its way. Yeah, the polymer's coming in. Okay. That's another missile defense ready. We're going to have to move the Tycoon soon. How long a journey is this? 2.9 cycles. We can make that. I want the hydrogen to get here before we leave. Basically, when we tested our drive to leave the Earth solar system, the drive destroyed the moon and wiped out Earth. The UN created their own ship, which hunted down our sister ship and destroyed it. But while they were doing that, what was left of the people left behind, because the UN were dicks when they did it, they built their own ship, the Piranesi, using tons of forbidden technology. Okay, we have to leave. And that ship is basically hunting everyone down because it hates everybody. That is the essentials of what is going on there. Thank goodness I have tons of carbon stockpiled.
A science ship team has completed a task.
This wreck has been successfully dismantled. Recovered resources are ready for cargo ship pickup. There's no trace left of the strange phenomenon. 22 alloy, 1 electronic. Sedation cell upgrade unlocked for cell housing. What is that upgrade? Oh, so we should get some research on the way. I've got research on the way, good. What is the cell housing upgrade? Sedation cell. Suspended beds and firmware upgrade. Capacity of housing increased by 60%. I didn't actually really need to use these very much. Okay, we almost have enough to start production on the Faraday cage. I don't have it powered on. Okay, I think they've started production work on the Faraday cage. Not yet. They're still repairing the hull. Oh, the hydrogen got dumped here. That's not good. I can't move the hydrogen if it's here. Okay, we're going to change this into a hydrogen storage facility. And then we're going to set up hydrogen transfer from Sector 1 to Sector 6. Sector 6 needs all the hydrogen. I'm going to have to fix that in a second, but for now the hydrogen can just be moved out. The important thing is we got away from the drones. 2.9 cycles left on constructing the probe, and we are about to start production of the Faraday cage. Okay, PA Assistant Management has been unlocked. Next up, I need high-risk experimental field. Where's the tech center? And family at work, which is research speed increased by 60%. Then I need high risk, which is research speed is increased by 80%. Thank goodness we got our food issues sorted before we had to start playing this game of run around the solar system away from the murder ship. you have any more hydrogen on the way? You've got corpses, you've got iron, and you've got carbon. Okay. How much more do we need before we can start production? Literally one more carbon is required. One more alloy. No, is it carbon or alloy? One more polymer is required. We're just waiting for that last polymer delivery. Now the question is will hull integrity survive while we're producing this? Because it's going to take a while to build. Oh yeah, this can go back to being this. Where's that last polymer? Here it is. Okay, here comes the polymer. So it's time to start constructing the Faraday cage. We've also arrived at our destination, which means we're back onto solar power. Okay, they're producing the cage now. I also have enough hydrogen to restart the nuclear reactor.
Power supply overloaded.
Which means I can also turn this back on.
Restored.
Which should speed up the production. Silicon, ice. We're actually running low on ice as well. 0.4 cycles left here, and we're almost there on the Faraday cage.
Has arrived at its destination.
This will let me set up a colony. We'll leave the planet and return later. I don't want to deal with colonization just now, although it's not really that much. We need more colonists. Yeah, we're going to deal with the colony stuff later, but there is this planet here to investigate. Oh, I need to...
A science ship team has completed a task.
Do I want to do this now? I'm scared it'll get destroyed or something. Leave the planet and return later. Head over to here. Okay, I don't want to do this until the Faraday cage is complete. So let's just wait for that to be done. It's almost there. Why is people unhappy here? Waste. Death of Earth. Fear of the okay. If we deal with the Piranesi, people will get happy again. I can now pick up high-risk experimentation field.
The Piranesi has activated more subsystems. Its threat level has increased.
Okay. We have a Faraday cage. I don't think we can really see it, but the Faraday cage has been constructed. Icarus 3 is ready for launch. Wake the pulsar. The Stanford team will launch Icarus 3 to activate the pulsar. The pulsar will neutralize the Piranesi. The Stanford will be destroyed in the process, but the crew will enter cryonic pods to survive the pulse. Wake the pulsar. 5 cycles. The Piranesi is closing on us. It is picking up speed.
More frequently. An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Let's hold here as long as we can. We don't have many places left in the solar system that are actually safe for our ship to go to. Drone swarms cover most planets.
The Piranesi has launched a missile targeting the Tycoon.
I'm gonna speed time up a little bit. need to train 200 colonists, so I might as well get this going. I'm getting ready to move the Tycoon to here. This will take 2.9 cycles. Actually, we'll move here, 2.2 cycles. Let's go now. What do we do? I guess once we've disabled the Piranesi, we just go and dock with it. Thank goodness I got those thruster upgrades. High-risk experimentation field has been researched. Excellent. That means I can now grab 3-factor authentication, which means we can no longer have any chance of there being a mistake in that location. Let's also get total monitoring is hugely important. So we'll get predictive behavior modeling next. Cool. We'll get total monitoring done as a next step, which will make everyone a lot happier. How long do we have left? 2.4 cycles. Speed things up again. We're starting to run low on hydrogen, though. This is crazy. Piranesi's moving much faster. I know if time is speeding up, but in general it seems to be moving at a higher speed. It's got us a little bit trapped here. We're gonna have to wait for it to get quite close again, I think, before we move on. We'll go to 12F, and then from 12F we can jump to 12J, and then from 12J we're kind of stuck. We can maybe jump to 12H, actually.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay, what's going on here? 12S has an average temperature of 112 Kelvin. A number of hotspots were detected across its surface, but we located an extremely deteriorated distress signal. Encoded ID indicates the sender's Brenda Wayland, who disappeared into the sphere on Crook P43. That was a long time ago. We have landed on 12F. Its surface is covered in ice. The planet is bathed in a red mist around 100 meters in height. Numerous ice formations pierce the mist and extend skyward. The atmosphere radiates blue light when illuminated by the system's pulsar. We have tried locations of the stress beacon and identified several sites that could prove suitable for data collection. We need to find Brenda Wayland. Like, before we do anything else. She disappeared into that sphere a long time ago. And her doppelganger only recently just died in this system. Okay, that's 3-factor authentication unlocked. So now we don't have to worry about our nuclear power plant powering down due to an error. Keeping an eye on our hydrogen situation. Do any of these ships have hydrogen in them? You have water, silicon, hydrogen. Okay. And you are ship 6. Where are you docking? Santa Slay. Okay, you're docking in the right location as well. Excellent. Okay, they've just launched a drone. They've just launched drones at us. Oh, did that Brenda survive? So we'll have 2 Brendas soon. 0.4 cycles till we can activate the pulsar. 0.3 cycles. 0.2 cycles. 0.1 cycles.
A science ship team has completed.
Here we go. Icarus 3 has detonated and activated the pulsar. The crew of the Stanford had time to enter cryonic pods before life support infrastructure was neutralized. Okay. First things first, we need a new science ship. Ooh, this is new music. The Piranesi has been disabled by the pulse. Its drones have been fried. Its missiles detonated. As the pulse hit, electronic arcs and explosions rippled across the ship's hull. The Tycoon crew standing witness all the while.
The Piranesi has been defeated.
We did it. We did it. I was hoping for a cutscene that was a little bit anticlimactic, but we've defeated the Piranesi. People are still scared of the Piranesi, though. This is a track I've never heard before. Unfortunately, we don't have a science ship to investigate it, but we're getting ready. I guess I am, driver. Again. We'll just build another Icarus probe. Well, let's see what happens with Brenda. We're about to find her.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Arriving at the distress signal coordinates, we discover a huge deteriorated metallic device half buried beneath the ice. Although of gigantic proportion, it is very similar in construction to the emergency beacons of our suits. While surveying the surrounding area, we found a badly decomposed giant humanoid corpse. Only a few scraps of organic tissue remain on the giant's bones, as well as material fragments of a Dola suit. Organic sampling and DNA analysis have revealed the corpse is that of Brenda Wayland. We are unable to propose a robust theory for our report. Faust tachyons have been detected in the area, their atomic characteristics apparently altered. Screw it, we'll establish infrastructure. Because we'll have another science ship built shortly. It's almost finished construction. What do you guys have for me? Silicon and water. While we're waiting, actually, do I actually have the speed upgrades for everybody here? Let's get this researched. I should have gotten all of this done. Mining ships as well. I mean, that's useful. I don't know if this is the end of the game or not. Okay, the gear is going to investigate the Piranesi.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
The gear's crew will make their through the bowels of the Piranesi to reach the room where the devices are stored. We have successfully entered the Piranesi through a breach in its hull. All the doors and airlocks not damaged by the pulse have closed. Most systems are visible to have melted. The walls ooze a black, gritty oil. We're about to run out of power again. So let's just make sure that we're clear of that. So what did I activate? It's this that's using up most of the power, isn't it? 183 free. Yes, once this powers down, we'll be 3 spare. That's fine. Actually, you know what we could do? No enough electronics to actually build those solar panels. 1.6 cycles till we get our answer. There really is nothing else to wait for right now. Cargo ships are now faster. Should have done that a long time ago. Can I get another speed increase on them? I think I can. Yeah, Faust tachyon injectors. Let's get that.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Body of the beast. The interior of the Piranesi has been severely damaged. Blue fire still flickers in corners of the ship, while whole areas have collapsed in on themselves. Some of the debris looks almost organic. We have taken pictures of what appear to be a biological neural network seemingly used in the activation of the ship's airlocks. Drones under the floor and hang from broken piping. On our way through the storage location, we pass a huge translucent pod. Decaying bodies float in the white bath of liquid it contains. You can see the color of their uniforms. Crew from the Etamaki. Despite the many obstacles, we have reached the devices that hold the Remus coordinates. We are ready to activate transfer. Connect the Tycoon and extract the coordinates. Once the Tycoon is connected, we will finally be able to receive the Vol coordinates to reach Remus and establish a new home. You know what else I need to do? I'm going to have to do the colonization testing, I just realized. So let's make sure that's progressing. I have nobody in this sector I can train? Sector 1 has 1 non-worker. Okay, we need to bring some non-workers into Sector 1. We'll bring some over from Sector 6. Non-workers from Sector 6 to Sector 1. How much housing? We've got tons of housing. Oh, we can bring 100 over. That's really funny. We'll just set this to train automatically. Missed that trick. Right, I was going to end the stream, but it feels like we're at the end of the game, so I'm just going to keep going until we're done.
The crew's trust in your leadership is
How am I over again?
Power supply overloaded.
Oh, it's because this is still powered on.
Accident has occurred
I
in the
assumed it would power itself off.
Population transfer complete.
Is this actually powered on? It is. Okay, cool. We need 150 colonists. Are we actually researching anything right now as well? Yeah, we are. I think the next sector. I think it's gonna end in the next sector. Honestly, I think I need to do anything there. I think I just need to jump. We're gonna see what happens when we jump. I love how Brenda turned into a giant. By the way. And the other thing is,
A science ship team.
I can't remember their name, but the other faction, the one that hasn't been the evil one, the ones that are our allies originally, the Telekanites, they might already be there waiting for us. Transfer is complete. Lights are green. We took advantage of the time it took to recover the Cornus to analyze what was left on the systems on board the Piranesi. The use of its main weapon and the Nitamaki's defensive efforts left it terribly weakened. The ship seems to still vibrate, what perhaps could be called its final breaths. It should not be long before it fully collapses on itself. We should get away as far as possible. When this amalgamation of evil technology breathes its last, at the end of its agony, it could be devastating. Done. We can jump. Wait, I don't need to test the colonization protocols? I can just jump? I'm doing it then. I'm jumping right now. Why do I need to bother doing a colonization test when I've got more science than I could do anything with? I'm gonna jump. Are you ready, everybody? It's time for the last jump. Yes, I want to jump.
In accordance with Ralph Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tycoon before Volt Jump initiation.
It's time to finish this journey.
Ixion
Let's
engine ready.
go home. I'm not gonna laugh if that happens, driver. That's interesting. I can't see Mathwin's comment in my chat, but I can see it on the stream, where Mathwin was talking about with alt realities, maybe the Piranesi is hunting the Tycoon across every reality. I don't see that in my normal chat log, but I see it on the stream. Oh, this doesn't look like a habitable planet.
Full jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics. I sense Remus. We have reached the Ilia system. Structural failure of the Tycoon is near. We should initiate the Neocond colonization protocol.
Okay. How do we do that? New objective, Final Horizons. Find Remus. Alright. To find Remus, we need probes.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Despite the interference of the intense cloud cover of Palatine, our probe is still able to detect unusually high levels of mercury on its surface. The planet's environment is toxic but should not pose a problem for our teams. We've landed on Palatine with the highest registered concentration of mercury. A huge river of the element flows over a cliff, a waterfall in silver ending in an ocean several kilometers away. That's just... I'm not really interested in establishing a lot of research stations in the system. I want to find our home. So I'm looking in the Goldilocks zone. Here we go. There's a planet over here that's important to the plot. Ah. I need to power on this probe launcher. It's this one. Oops. This one here. Well, I need 6 power for that. What if I get this up and running again, which is going to cause a slight...
The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
Now I have 2 probe launchers available to me.
Overloaded. An accident has occurred in the Tycoon. Power restored.
Where's the probe? Is it just that slow? No, seriously, where's the probe? I don't see the probe. This is worrying. Probe? Where is the probe? There's the probe. Okay, cool. It's a beautifully clean system, isn't it? No debris, no space weather. I think this is Remus here. Thanks, driver.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The team of gear discovered the source, a huge lake of mercury from which the liquid metal flows. During survey of its Carrico lightning fell into the lake and seems to have ingested large quantities of mercury. They were saved by the team, but mission reports detail how they experienced multiple hallucinatory visions from the exposure. They described witnessing units attacks on dual infrastructure, warn famines across Earth, massive crowds being crushed together, fleeing from deadly mobs. Still, the security protocols recommend lightning be transferred to an infirmary immediately. Repatriate the gear and transfer them to an infirmary. Let's find some hydrogen near the ship. Quickly, because we're about to run out of power again. There's no hydrogen in the system. I'm going to quickly turn some things off because we're about to have a power cut. So I can turn this back off. And this back off, because this is about to power down. Cool. Oh, I also want to tell our fleet not to harvest. Okay, I don't want you to. Yeah, I don't want you to harvest hydrogen. All of you should mine hydrogen at low priority, though. Okay, good. We're about to find it. We found Remus. We might as well move the Tycoon to Remus. I feel like this has to just be it, right? We get a Remus and that's it? Agora of the third generation, representative of the Ashtangites, has invited us to send a delegation to Remus to observe their community and way of life on the planet. I knew the Ashtangites would be here. Oh God, what if we can't settle? Oh, incoming transmission.
Greetings, people of the VVS Tycoon. I am Agora of the third generation.
Administrator, the team from 12C mission has returned to the station. Some members of the team appear to be experiencing distress and confusion, reporting inconsistency to the Tycoon they left and the Tycoon they've returned to. On landing, one of the team was greeted by their daughter, whom they thought was lost with Earth. The daughter Ixion embarked the Tycoon at the same time as her parent. Another is convinced that their husband is on board the Tycoon. Records indicate the husband was affiliated with the other Dulles facility and probably died during the Ludicasm. Send them for intensive Munchian psychotherapy. They will find their bearings. I trust in them.
Guides know that you have been searching for Remus for a long time. However, we have established a delicately balanced ecosystem here on this planet that cannot suffer your presence. We remember Dolos as our first and closest ally, as the one who made the Neocon Parsheville teachings visible. Pioneers of genetic conatus, you have suffered repression, persecution, and extermination. In memory of the doors you opened for us, of our common past, it is our turn to open the door for you. There is a way for you and your crew to join us. You may be a part of our community. Shape it. We will no longer be we. You will no longer be you. We will become us. For this to happen, you will need to be genetically optimized for life on Remus. We will incorporate your genetic heritage into our society. You will follow the elder process my predecessor applied to us. You will be adapted to the planet's gravity, to photosynthesize. You will live in symbiosis with Remus. Let me be clear. Humanity's mistake has been its attempts to transform ecosystems, to deny its place in them. We do not terraform, we change. We are not intruders. We are a crystalline part of the ecosystem. You will live longer and work according to your abilities and passions. Our elites guide us with pragmatism, intellect, empathy, and with sensibility. We have no other interest than to follow genetic conatus. Let us show you the new cradle of humanity. Trust in genetic conatus. We followed a self-similar pattern.
Wow. Join us. I've been streaming for a long time. I'm very tired, but I feel like we could at least find out what happens when we get to Remus. What about the dog? Will they genetically alter the dog too? We can't leave the dog behind on the Tycoon. Oh. Oh. It looks beautiful. Where is it? I can't find the planet.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Administrator, we were greeted the most solemnly by the Ashtangites. Their morphology is different to ours. Taller, thinner, their skin has a green shade to it. Atmospheric readings indicate that oxygen is present, but in insufficient quantities to support the unadapted Tycoon crew on Remus without respiratory assistance. We have not witnessed any signs of poverty or conflict, and the population density is much lower than the Earth we left. Let's meet with them. In the meantime, I need to find some carbon. Because our hull integrity is in a bad state. No, I don't. I've got tons of alloy. We're fine.
No more resources available to mine.
It's taking a very long time to make a new probe.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Just in case. How have I lost that? Come on, I don't want to spend too long messing around with this. We've met with the Ashtangite representatives. We were surprised at first by the limited ceremony of what seems to us a momentous occasion. Received on the beach, we were then taken to a cliff top that looked out over their ocean. Many Ashtangites joined the gathering. Some simply watched, others inspected our suits and devices. Following our exchanges with other Gora and other members of their hierarchy, a proposal was made. If we agree to join them, the Ashtangites will reveal the locations of temples within the system. Each temple contains a fragment of a blueprint for bioengineering center. Constructing this aboard the Tycoon will allow us to adapt ourselves to life on Remus. Ugh. Yeah, we will transcend human nature and adapt to the planet Remus. We will join the Ashtangite community. So where are the temples?
A probe has completed its scan. A science ship team has completed a task.
We received the signals of the 3 Ashtangite temples within the Ilias system. We'll now be able to locate the temples with our probes. Study Ashtangite technology. The Galileo's team will visit different Ashtangite settlements and learn more about their technology. Agora has offered to have them accompanied by some of Ashtangite's most efficient researchers. So where are the temples? Find the Temple of Merit, of Common Sense, and of Free Will. I am swiftly running out of time. I think I'm going to leave this for my next stream. We're going to stop things here because we're getting quite deep into this last stretch of the game. And I think it'll be a fun, like, hours worth of streaming before I do something else next week. So I think I'm going to leave it here because I don't want to play anymore just now. I'm very tired, and dealing with the Perinzi was exhausting. And it feels like there's going to be a little bit of messing around in this system. So I'm going to end here. I hope you have enjoyed the stream. I certainly have. It's been pretty intense. Thank you all for hanging out. I know it's not the most exciting game, but I've really enjoyed it. Let's all just chill for now, and I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Have a really good long weekend. I hope you have a good